when you make the price for your ongoing class, this is important, so hear me when I say this. Hello and welcome back to my channel. I am Catherine, and in today's video I am going over ongoing classes, which in my opinion and many other people's opinions is the best way to make money on Outschool. So if you want more helpful videos like this, more helpful tips, don't forget to hit subscribe so you don't miss them. Okay. So if you don't know what ongoing classes are, they are this. They are subscription classes, which means that you will teach the same class, so the same group of students, the same day of the week, at the same time, for multiple weekends on end. For multiple weeks on end, until you want to stop the class totally. But it's a reoccurring class. It happens every week. You come at the same time. You see the same people. You talk about similar things, but different things, which we'll get to in a minute. But it's great because it's just guaranteed students. It's guaranteed money. For one-time classes, you know, it's like, oh yes, you know, 6 kids signed up for this one class, and then the next week you can have no one sign up for that same class. So it's kind of annoying, but with ongoing, they show up every week, same time, same place, and they're ready to learn about whatever subject that you pick. Now this is what I have learned with ongoing classes. I love them. I think they're so much fun. I wish I had started them sooner. And just to go off of that point, I tried to start this sooner, but I was denied. Just to paint a picture for you, right now I have an ongoing class. It's an improv ongoing class. I have a couple different sections right now. I have one on Sunday, one on Tuesday, and one on Thursday. And actually I think in all those classes there are only 2 students. No, one of them has 3 students in all those classes, which probably doesn't sound like a lot to you, but I know more students will join, but also it's just income I can depend on every week, you know? Like if nothing else goes right, I know I teach 3 kids on Tuesday and I will get paid accordingly on Sunday, because you get paid for ongoing classes every Sunday. Your first ongoing class will get paid, like not that first Sunday, but the next Sunday, but that's okay. Every Sunday after that you will get paid for your ongoing classes. And more students can sign up. They can also drop out. So they can drop out at any time. I've had a couple students drop out just because it was kind of awkward. Like the first class I did, it was supposed to be 2 students, and the one student totally forgot about the class. She showed up 40 minutes late, and it's like a 45-minute class. And then the other is just me and the other student. And improv, it can be fun, which is, you know, the teacher and the student, but it's more fun when there are more students, in my opinion. So yeah, she was like, yeah, I'm out, and dropped the class. Luckily, another girl came in, and then a boy joined the other week. So now there's 3 people in that class, so yay. And I expect more people to join my ongoing improv class only because I've done improv classes before. Most of my reviews are 5-star reviews from my improv classes, and people have requested an ongoing class. So that's why I made them, that's why I started it, and it's been really fun so far. I really like it. Now, I've tried to make an ongoing improv class before, and Outschool denied me. Why? Because in my class description of my ongoing improv class, I didn't make the class repeatable. I didn't make it to where they would learn something new every week, which is important in ongoing classes. Because yes, the whole class is on one subject, but every week you have to bring new information. Now, luckily with improv, it's different every time, even if you play the same games. So that's what I was thinking in my head the first time I wrote the description. I was like, yeah, we'll play this game and this game and this game. Can't wait to see you, bye. And Outschool was like, that's the same thing. You're gonna do the same thing every week. No. And they told me no. So for my second attempt, I put an outline pretty much of what the class would look like. This is a little snippet of the description, but I was like, for the first 10 minutes we will say hello to each other and play some warm-up games. Then we will play game 1 for X amount of time. Then we will discuss something, and then for game 2 we will play for X amount of time. We will learn a new skill, a new game, a new something every week. And you kind of have to leave it vague. For mine, I left it pretty vague just so, because I don't know what I'm going to teach next week. I figure it out the day of. It's improv, it's not that hard. But what you can do, if you want to be more specific, is say you have an ongoing class on ghost stories. I don't know if that's allowed or not, actually. But just to learn about ongoing classes, let's say you have an ongoing class about just ghost stories, fun, funny ghost stories. You know, every week you learn a different ghost story. If you wanted to list out the stories that you're going to go over, over each week, you can, but you have to put the dates. So you'd have to say April 7th through the week of April 7th through April 14th. We will learn about, oh, what's her name? She lived on Royal Street in New Orleans. Madame Laurie? Madame LaLaurie, I think? I don't know, Google her. Interesting, terrifying. We stayed at a house in New Orleans. Like a beautiful, beautiful house in New Orleans. And it was like a couple of houses down from this Madame LaLaurie. Pretty sure that's her name. Place. She's terrible, absolutely horrible person. Like tortured slaves, all this other stuff, bunch of ghost stories. Anyway, that's a huge side note, but pretty sure the place we stayed at was also haunted. Okay, just, it's October, I watch a lot of ghost adventures. Okay, moving on, not why you signed up for this video. Which, by the way, subscribe. Thank you. Anyway, but you have to put the dates. So April 7th, April 14th, and then the next week it would say April 15th to April 21st. We will learn about the ghost that lives in Savannah, Georgia. Also a very haunted place. I also grew up there. But it's important you put the dates. You can't just put week 1, we're gonna learn this. Week 2, we're gonna learn this. Don't put that. You need to put dates. If you put week 1, week 2, Outschool gets mad. And also it just confuses their parents because they're like, okay, like say they're signing up on week 5, but they don't know it's week 5. To them it's week 1, so it's like, okay, are we learning about this? Or, you know, is it week 3 for you? What is going on? They're confused. So you put the dates, eliminates all confusion, and everyone can get on with their lives. That's the point there. Another thing about ongoing class curriculum is it needs to be able, each class needs to be able to stand by themselves. Meaning whatever skills that you taught the week prior, it doesn't matter to what's going on in this class. That's why stories are really good, history's really good, you know, improv's really great. Because yes, I say we'll learn a new skill every week, but even if you miss the prior week and you don't know what that skill is, it's okay because you'll learn a different skill this week, and whatever we learned before doesn't apply to every class. Does that make sense? Now, if you do have something that each skill builds on each other and they need to come to all the classes in order to get all the information, in order to do the thing that you're teaching, then do a multi-day class. And again, I have a video all about multi-day classes. Just click this little I think it's on this side. And all the videos will pop up and you can watch that multi-day class, but yeah, ongoing classes should be able to stand on their own, have all the information on their own. That's why, you know, learning about a history lesson or a ghost story, or, you know, you're playing improv games every week. It's different every week, but it's still under the same subject, but it can stand alone. That's kind of how I base my classes off of. So I hope that makes sense. Please drop me a comment if it doesn't, and I'll make a more clarifying video. But I don't know why it's hard to explain in my head for some reason. But yeah, ongoing classes are best for, and this is coming from the Outschool website, it said ongoing classes are best for social classes, discussion-like classes, cooking classes, you know, something that just, you know, whatever. But I do plan on making a math ongoing class. I think it'll be fun. I think it'll be fun. And just some tips for thinking of ideas, because I was actually very stuck on thinking about ideas for a while for ongoing classes, just because I heard great things about ongoing classes, but I was like, okay, what do I teach about every week that's the same? And I have so many ideas. Like, you can do princesses, you can learn a different princess every week. You could do cars, you learn about a different car every week. You could do England history, a different thing every week. So keep it broad so that you have lots of stories to go under. Those are just some examples. You do whatever you want. You could do a makeup one every week. So yeah, it just depends whatever you want to do. It's not as hard as I was making it. It's just a good thing to remember in life. If it's hard, it's probably just because you're making it hard. That was the situation for me, so don't make it hard on yourself. It's easy. Now, for your ongoing classes, you can teach them once a week or you can teach them multiple times a week. So for all my classes, I just teach them once a week. We just show up, you know, every Tuesday, same time. Hey, what's up? Bye. See you next Tuesday. But if you wanted to, you could teach it every Tuesday and Thursday or Monday and Friday, you know, whatever, you know, if you wanted to do 2 days a week, you can do two days a week. But keep this in mind. When you make the price for your ongoing class, this is important. So hear me. Hear me when I say this. You're putting the price per week. So if you have a class that meets multiple times a week, don't put the price per class, put it per week. Let's say you have a class that meets twice a week, you meet Tuesdays and Thursdays, and you want it to be $10 per class. You're like, that's reasonable, $10 per each class, right? Don't put $10 for both these classes. If you put $10, you're really getting paid $5 for each class. Put $20, because again, you're getting paid per week. Parents pay per week. So per week, if you teach 2 classes, put $20 per week. I hope that makes sense. Don't get gypped like I almost was in my multi-day class, which if you haven't seen that video, go watch that video. Very important tips on multi-day classes. Another really awesome thing that I learned for ongoing classes is that when you put in the dates, you can also skip weeks, and it's okay. So for example, I have my improv class going through the end of the year pretty much, but I totally skipped Thanksgiving week. I was like, we're not meeting Thanksgiving week. We're just not. You know, it says like the dates for November. It doesn't have any for, what would that be? November 24th? November 24th, I think, would be that Tuesday of that week. I know that because my birthday is November 26th, which is also Thanksgiving this year, which is annoying, so yeah. It's okay though. So we are skipping that week, but we will meet again the following week. So I just put December 2nd or whatever that date is, so that we can all enjoy our nice Thanksgiving holiday and then meet back in December and have some improv fun. And also, parents won't be charged that week, so you won't get that paid the week that you don't teach, but you didn't teach, so you won't get paid, you know? But that's okay. You'll get paid the next week when you teach again. Another thing, student attendance. So it's okay if a student misses 1 or 2 classes, you know, whatever, life happens. However, if they've missed 3 consecutive classes in a row, they just didn't show up, they're just not coming anymore, Outschool will automatically kick them out of your class for negligence on their part. Now, I had that happen to me. I don't want that to happen to me, but just letting you know in case you're like, where is Timmy? He hasn't come the past 3 weeks. Timmy's not coming back. Maybe he will, but probably not. Outschool will remove them, and he just won't be in your class anymore because he doesn't show up. So those are my hot fire tips for ongoing classes. Don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss other important videos on important things, because the more I learn, the more videos I make, because whatever I learn, I share with you. So don't forget to subscribe so you don't miss another helpful tip, and I will see you in the next video. Bye! So if you don't know it, so say you have a class that meets 3 times a week, that's a lot. Shit. Don't know how to explain this. Oh no, actually no. I feel like none of this makes sense. I'm gonna start over.